Today we will be talking about different forms of government. You'll learn the names and what they stand for. Democracy. Democracy is a system of government where power is vested in the people, who exercise it either directly or through elected representatives. It emphasizes equality, freedom, and participation, allowing citizens to have a say in decisions that affect their lives. There are different types of democracy, such as direct democracy. Citizens vote on laws and policies directly, without intermediaries. Representative democracy. Citizens elect officials to represent their interests and make decisions on their behalf. Constitutional democracy. A democracy governed by a constitution that limits the powers of government and protects individual rights. Democracy is often praised for promoting accountability, transparency, and inclusivity, though it can face challenges like voter apathy or political polarization. Republic. A republic is a form of government where the power rests with the people and their elected representatives, rather than a monarch or dictator. In a republic, the head of state is typically an elected or appointed official, such as a president, rather than a hereditary ruler. Modern republics are often founded on the principle of popular sovereignty, meaning that the authority of the government is derived from the consent of the governed. This system emphasizes the rule of law and often includes a constitution to protect individual rights and limit government power. The United States, for example, is a constitutional republic, where elected officials represent the interests of the citizens and are bound by the Constitution. Monarchy. Rule by a single individual, often a king or queen, with varying levels of authority. Just like England during the times of colonization. People like King George III. Communism. A political and economic ideology that advocates for a classless society where all property and resources are collectively owned, eliminating private ownership. It aims to distribute goods and wealth based on individual needs and abilities, rather than market forces. Dictatorship. A form of government where absolute power is concentrated in the hands of a single leader or a small group, often without constitutional limitations. In such systems, the dictator or ruling group maintains control through force, suppression of opposition, and restrictions on civil liberties. Elections, if held, are typically not free or fair, serving more as a facade of legitimacy. Authoritarian regimes. Systems of government where power is concentrated in the hands of a single leader or a small elite group. These regimes typically reject political plurality, suppress dissent, and limit civil liberties. Decisions are made without regard for the will of the people, and the government often uses strong central authority to maintain control. Authoritarian regimes can take various forms, such as military dictatorships, one-party states, or absolute monarchies. They may come to power through force, democratic backsliding, or succession from previous authoritarian rulers. Hybrid regimes. Political systems that blend elements of both democratic and authoritarian governance. They often feature democratic institutions, such as elections, but these are typically manipulated or restricted to maintain the power of a ruling elite. While hybrid regimes may allow some political competition and freedoms, they often suppress dissent and limit genuine democratic practices. These regimes are common in developing countries and are sometimes seen as transitional systems, either moving toward democracy or reverting to authoritarianism. Aristocracy. Aristocracy is a form of government in which power is held by a small, privileged ruling class, often based on hereditary titles or wealth. The term originates from the Greek words aristos meaning best, and kratos meaning power, implying rule by the best. Historically, aristocracies were common in societies where nobility or elites governed, such as in ancient Greece or medieval Europe. Oligarchy. A form of government where power is concentrated in the hands of a small group of people. These individuals may be distinguished by wealth, family ties, education, corporate influence, or military control. The term comes from the Greek words oligos, few, and archein, to rule, meaning rule by the few. Historically, oligarchies have often been associated with corruption and self-serving governance, as the ruling group prioritizes its own interests over those of the general population. Aristotle described oligarchy as a perversion of aristocracy, where the elite rule for personal gain rather than the common good. Thanks for watching. In the end, nothing is perfect. All things have flaws, and that goes for governments too. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.